that's going to make you the sharp money. And I'm telling you what, guaranteed, write it down. It's going to transcend into your regular life, and it's going to make you a better person. All right, everybody. Yes, yo, and you don't stop. Welcome back to Betting the Basics here at the FTN Network on YouTube. I'm your host, the big guy with the big mouth from the big city. That's Big Johnny Stud, baby. Get me any day of the week, any time of that day on the Twitter machine at MLB Moving Averages. Who is ready for Betting the Basics? Maybe we'll learn something today, even have a laugh with your boy. Let's get up to get down. Let's roll right into it today, doing something just a little bit different. As you know, I'm always reaching out to my people. I want this to be an immersive experience. I want you to put in and I want you to get out, and the same goes for me. So I'm going to do something, like I said, just a bit different. A listener question. This comes from my man K Waters. Thank you for participating in the new community where we are creating a culture of fishermen. Again, it's about the tools up here. If you don't have a good foundational base and a business plan, no matter what you build on top of it is sure to crumble. Word up, you can guarantee that. Take that to the bank. Our question today has to do with something I mentioned in the last episode. It's about self-auditing, knowing your tendencies. This is something I really cannot stress enough. Everyone is different. Everyone has different strengths. We have different processes and ways that we tackle things. And therefore, our outcomes are going to be different. So even if I help you with a plan, there are going to be parts where you'll have to refine for yourself. The question is, how do we really avoid pitfalls of overextending? And again, the question was a bit extensive, and I'm kind of breaking it down a little bit. And what he was asking was, in this new age of 24-hour information, live betting, the casino never, ever closes. How do you not only keep your discipline in check, but how do you go back and grade it and figure out how you're doing to identify where your strengths are? So again, I want to say the first thing that we got to do is get a gold star and put it right on the nose. Because what you've done is identify a flaw in your game that will absolutely help you. So number one, you get the check, because you set yourself up to improve in the future. Now let's get down to the problem itself. All right, even though you said it's less of a discipline thing, that's where I do want to start, because, man, people struggle, and I get it. You make your plays, and then maybe immediately they go south, and you feel like, your day is shot already, and now maybe if you could just recoup, and maybe you're betting the 10 o'clock MLB games, or maybe you're betting the 4 o'clock NFL games. Now, there's nothing wrong with betting those games. What I think is wrong is trying to force that play. If you like the bet on those games before, when you should have been doing your work not on game day, then by all means you go and get it. Anything that you're pushing to catch up as a time frame, particularly if it doesn't fit that regimented process I'm always talking about, listen, man, most of those bets are going to end up in the trash. If you didn't like it on Tuesday, why would you like it on Sunday morning and maybe even have a couple drinks or something? That's usually a road to ruin. So, if you want to beat it, first thing you could do, put it in your written plan. I will not bet the 4 o'clock games that I haven't already specified. Pretty easy. If you write that in your plan and you can follow it, end of the story, right? End of your problem, know where you can move on. If not, and listen, there is an element of that. You don't have to shame yourself for not being able to control that. What I would do then is, because I always preach having a very strict allotted daily risk, is that I would just reduce that risk by a little bit, and that will give you a little leeway, right? So let's say you're betting 1.5% of your stack on a Sunday for football, let's say. Instead of that, bet 1.25%, save 0.25%, and then you could place those bets knowing that you will not have overextended yourself and you're still within, your risk plan, which is always the first thing, because I'm always going to be beating these same drums, It's not just about you needing to learn it. It's about me vocalizing it to understand it, right? So when we get involved in bets or trades or any of these risk ventures, there are going to be different outcomes. So, of course, we want a big win. And, of course, we're okay with a little win. We need to learn to be okay with a little loss. The one outcome we cannot stomach is those large losses. If you avoid those and your process is good, you will find yourself on a path to sustained profitability. And that's really what it is. So there's your answer for the first part, how you control kind of the physical disciplinary element of it. Now let's get on to the next side. The feeling I got from this person, and again, it was really just a loose DM, so I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I think it speaks to a lot of different people, is we're always looking, to improve. But even within that, we have to make sure that the method is effective and it makes sense. And what I'm getting at is this. So the first thing, number one, for this problem would be to set up a bet tracker or some kind of account calculator. This can be easily done via spreadsheet. In fact, anybody who's listening and you really want to get in the game, get at me via DM. If you're a sub, you get pushed to the front of the line. I'm going to work with you, maybe even work on my own, and then I'm going to share it with you. Maybe we can get it out to people to let you see what I mean, that before you place your bets, you want to physically have them entered, like manually entered, and it'll help you see it. And now beyond that, then you can separate. Did you make this bet early in the week? Was it later in the week? Was it a total? Over under? Was it a side? Was it a prop bet? And that will help you see physically, at least over time. You don't want to overreact to these things in a week or so, but it'll really help you see over time. Maybe again where your strengths are. That center, that center of the conversation here. Remember, I'm always talking about Eric Brand, the gentleman spinning bowls on sticks. Sometimes we have to keep 5, 6, 8, 10 bowls in the air. And I know it sounds scrambled, but the key to this is being able to maintain differing thoughts, separate thoughts at the same time, keeping them relevant enough to circle back in time and reapply that. So again, how do we get the discipline going? You put it in your written plan. How else can you do it? Save yourself a little bit of money to allow yourself to be a little reactive. Maybe you like to bet Sunday afternoon. I'm not going to knock that. It's fine. And you may have a good success rate. The thing that matters most is that you don't chase with money that you didn't intend to risk. That's paramount. And there's no substituting that. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I guess just to wrap this up, we get out of here. Hopefully everybody learned something. My guess would be when you look back at the bet tracker, you'll find your success more highly correlates to your process and the work you put in, opposed to, if you think you're going to find some magic solution like I don't win bets on Monday, or I'm excellent on Thursday, so I overextend and I overbet Thursday because I always win on Thursday. Just keep in mind that just because you're collecting information doesn't mean it's all actionable. So, man, I think that's it for today's lesson. I really got through it. That's one take, I love this. You really can't fake this kind of passion. So far, the feedback has been awesome. Everybody get on the FTN network. You sign up, www.ftnbets.com. You get with me, the big guy. And if you can't tell, it's more than just sports betting. There are going to be weeks, months, even quarters that you don't profit betting. But I can guarantee you that I'm going to make the subscription worth it, because the entire time your account may be going down slightly, those mental tools are going to be rocketing up exponentially, and that's going to make you a player. That's going to make you the shark. That's going to make you the sharp money. And I'm telling you what, guaranteed, write it down. It's going to transcend into your regular life, and it's going to make you a better person, and it's going to affect you, and it's going to make your quality of life even better. And that is the name of the game. So, from the bottom of my big, warm, and fuzzy heart, man, coming to you from Brooklyn, worldwide, every day, man. I just love all of you picking up what I'm putting down. So, thanks again, and peace, everybody. Thanks.